expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
What are you doing? Are we on? Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Open, the one and only show that opens up the Bronx and the world to you. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee, and we got a great, incredible show this morning. But first, we highlight the top local and national stories with our weekend wrap-up. And then we have our doctor, Dr. David Rovenstreit. She's going to be here from Montefiore Medical Center. He's going to be giving out his knowledge today on things like bee stings and insect bites and how to treat them. Then Dr. Carol Burnett Joseph, the president of the Bronx Community College, is going to sit with us to tell us all about what the school is doing to prepare students for the future. And after that, Dion Polite, the associate director for multicultural initiatives from AARP, is going to join us to talk to us about protecting Social Security and Medicare. Very important stuff this morning. Then the fitness guru, Madonna Grimes, she's going to, she was over here trying to get me to do some crunches and all that stuff, but she's going to tell us about how to balance fitness, art, and entertainment. So stay tuned. All this and more is headed your way because we are now open. And good morning, everybody. Once again, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B, and you're watching Open. Today is Monday, July 22nd, 2013. We are moving right along into the year, huh? We've got a great show lined up for you, but before we get into that, let's once again have a look back at our weekend wrap-up. Here's the weekend wrap-up. Check it out. We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now the whole team's here. New York Yankees lost their rubber game against the Boston Red Sox in 11 innings last night. Yankees ace CC Sabathia allowed 7 earned runs over 5 innings. The Yankees came back to tie it in the 7th, and it remained that way until the bottom of the 11th, where Mike Napoli, he hit his second home run of the game to win it for the Red Sox. So the Yankees are now 7 games behind first place, and Napoli, he made sure that the Boston Red Sox was a city where everybody knows your name. Okay, on the other side of town, Matt Harvey was electric once again as he allowed only 3 hits and 7 shutout innings against the divisional rival Philadelphia Phillies. Harvey was helped by 3 home runs as the captain, David Wright, he homered, as well as Marlon Byrd and Julian Lagares. Harvey struck out then to cruise to his 8th win of the year. Last Saturday, Democratic candidates for mayor of New York City, they spent the night at the Lincoln Houses in East Harlem to see firsthand the living conditions of the residents in those apartments. Sleepover was organized by Reverend Al Sharpton and advocacy groups Community, Voices Heard, and the Urban Justice Center. And on the steps of the Bronx County Courthouse, people from the Bronx, they gathered in peaceful protest of last week's George Zimmerman verdict. As part of the justice for Trayvon, the movement is a big movement. Everybody's going around the country. They're demonstrating all over the place. Ruben Diaz Jr., he joined other community advocates in full support. I also wanted to mention this week, I was at the Jacob Javits Convention Center promoting an organization saving lives, homes, and money in our community. And that organization is called NACA. NACA, they had the American Dream event. And if you're a homeowner, well, home buyers can get involved too. But if you go to NACA.com, all that information is right there. You can make your payments affordable. Say one person can't make it anymore. Like this person got up and spoke about his wife having a tumor and she couldn't work anymore, so he had to run the bill by himself. You get the same day solution. You can meet lenders face to face to obtain a decision, reduce your payment by hundreds. I saw somebody reduce their payment up to $1,000, and the interest rate as low as 2%. So go to NACA.com. They're going to be in town for one more day at the Jacob Javits Convention Center. They'll be there until about 6 o'clock, and then they come back into town August 8th through the 12th, okay? So there you have it. That's the weekend wrap-up. Our first guest is the director of the Division of Allergy and Immunology, the internal medicine at Montefiore, and today he'll tell us all about how to treat bee stings and insect bites, and please welcome Dr. David Rosenstreich.
Hi.
Welcome you to the show.
Pleasure to be here. How are you?
Alrighty. I'm up.
Okay.
So we met, I think it was last month, right?
A couple of months ago.
A couple of months ago? Yeah, and you were telling us all about a number, I think we were talking about allergies back then. Right?
Correct. It was spring, and we had spring allergies.
Yeah. So you got the flowers, now we got the bees.
Now we have summer allergy problems of insects.
The insects. So a bee sting can cause an allergy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Well, there are some people who are allergic to the sting of certain insects. Here in the Bronx, we don't have so many bees, but we have a lot of yellow jackets. So
Yeah.
people have trouble telling them apart. But basically, the little yellow bugs that fly around the garbage cans, etc., and they're very aggressive.
And they sting.
And they sting and they hurt for most people. But some people are very allergic to the stings, and you can actually have a very bad allergic reaction. Some people die. About 50 people a year die in the
Wow.
United States from bee stings.
Wow. And sometimes you don't even know what hits you.
Don't know. Well, when it hits you, you feel it.
You'll feel it.
But many people don't know they're allergic
know
to
it's
these
a yellow
things until it
jacket.
happens. The sad thing is there's treatment for these things. You can there are medicines you can take. You can treat yourself with what's called an auto-injector of epinephrine, which will prevent you from having a bad allergic reaction. And if you know you're allergic, you can get allergy shots, and you can be almost 100% protected
Wow.
from the effects of these bee stings.
Now tell me, there's a lot of things out there that sting. The yellow jacket, the bumblebee, the
Right.
regular bee, the African bee. whatever
right.
you go. Are they all the same?
They're actually a little different. So there aren't that many things that sting that cause these bad allergies. They're yellow jackets, they're bees, and they're wasps.
The wasp.
And those are the three big things. We don't worry about African bees here. They haven't come this far
They didn't
north.
come this far yet.
So we don't have any killer bees.
The killer bees.
Right. Most of the people.
In Staten Island they do.
Oh, really?
The Wu-Tang Clan.
I see. But so you can be allergic to yellow jackets, but not be allergic to bees, or not be allergic to wasps. Well, the allergies are very specific, and there's treatment for each of them.
That's great. That's great news. What are the most common summertime conditions people experience?
Well, actually, the most common thing that people complain about is big reactions to mosquito bites.
Mosquito
Everyone
bite.
gets bitten by mosquitoes, but some people get these big, enormous reactions. The important thing to know about that is that it's not like a bee sting. People don't die from these big mosquito bite reactions.
Yeah.
They're just big and they're very annoying. And the nice news is that normally you have a problem at the beginning of the summer when you first get stung, but as the summer wears on and you have more and more stings, each reaction becomes less and less and less.
Yeah.
So your body gets used to it, and so you don't have to worry about it too much.
What are some of the things that we can do to protect ourselves? I mean, you don't want to walk around in the net, you
Right.
know, but you can if you want to.
Right. So for the insect, the stingy insects, the things people are really worried about, that they should be worried about, we tell people not to wear any cologne or any perfume.
Cologne.
Sure, because the insects are attracted to the smell of flowers. So you don't want to smell or look like a flower. You tell
Hey,
people
put
to
some
wear.
pollen on me.
Wear people white clothing, not very colored clothing. Certain times of year, like after storms, the yellow jackets are very aggressive, so you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Stay away from garbage cans. Don't leave empty soda cans up where they're attracted to the bees.
What attracts the yellow jackets to the garbage cans?
The food. They like sugar, and they like old hamburger. Anything we eat, they eat.
Really?
Yeah. And so where people are picnicking or eating, that's what they're attracted to. And then people should carry antihistamines with them that are very, very easy to carry, and you can always have one with you. And as I say, if you know you're very allergic, you can have your doctor prescribe something called an EpiPen or an epinephrine injector, where if you're stung, you can give yourself an injection. It's like going to the emergency room, and you can prevent yourself from having a bad reaction.
You said people should carry.
Antihistamines.
Explain what that is.
Antihistamines are pills that block allergies. So this is what people take when the nose starts to run, or their eyes bother them, or if they itch. They're available over the counter. There are lots of very safe ones. They all work very well, and you should carry them with you. So if you have a sting, you immediately take an antihistamine. And that'll block a lot of the reaction.
And then you also, Doc, you urge people to go get some shots for allergies from bees, stings, wasps, yellow jackets.
Yeah. So if you know you're allergic and you've had a bad reaction, you can see your doctor. You can get a series of injections that will essentially immunize you, so when the insect stings you, you don't have a bad reaction.
And one won't do it all. You have to get a series.
You have to get a series, but once you finish that series and you complete the course, generally you're close to 100% effective, prevented from getting a severe reaction. So the injections work very, very well.
Okay, the kids are in the backyard. They're playing in the grass, and they're sitting down. Maybe have their little dump truck and their shovel and their sand bucket. And all of a sudden, they're filled with fire ants.
Okay. Well, that's an interesting problem, except we don't have fire ants up here. Fire ants is a problem. Like the killer bees, they stay down south. They haven't come this far north. So if people are going to visit down to Florida and playing golf, they could be swarmed by fire ants.
Camping
right
or
now,
something like that, yeah.
Right now, we don't have to worry about it. One less thing we don't have to worry about in the Bronx.
Well, if they go away to camp and then come back.
If they go down south, fire ants are a big problem, because these insects, if you disturb their nest, you walk on the ground and you step on it by mistake, they'll swarm all over you, and they sting a lot. And then you can have a very severe allergic reaction.
That's all. You can get a reaction
just
from
like
that.
just like a bee sting.
Yeah.
And you can need to get shots for that as well.
Wow. All right. Protect yourself 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Protected by Viper. So what do you, if you're suffering from like large reactions to mosquito bites, you mentioned another thing to go get.
Right. The large reactions to mosquito bites are just an annoyance. And there's just medicines that'll treat that. You take an antihistamine, you can rub in some cortisone cream, and you rub it in wherever you get stung. You do that a couple of times a day. It'll help reduce the swelling.
And the itch?
And the itch, sure. And if you need to, you can see your doctor, and you can get stronger cortisone pills, which will shrink up the reaction. In general, if you have a kind of person that has bad reactions to mosquito bites, and you know you're going to be outside, and you're out in Orchard Beach, and you know for sure you're going to get stung, you take an antihistamine beforehand, because the antihistamine pills work better to prevent the allergy and the reaction than they do to treat it. So knowledge about it beforehand really helps a lot.
Okay, people are playing tag or paintball, and they're running through the bushes and running through the woods. Poison ivy, poison oak.
Okay, so that's another big problem this time of year. If you're outside, most people can identify the plant, so you don't know what it looks like. It just looks like another green leaf. Not everyone gets problems. A lot of people can touch poison ivy and not get a rash, but some people are allergic to it. If you know you're sensitive to poison ivy, if you even suspect you touched it, the nice thing is you can wash it off. It's an oil from the leaf that touches your skin. And so when you get home at night, or your child comes home at night, you want to wash with a lot of soap and try to wash it off, and that'll make a big difference in reducing the reaction. So good hygiene and cleanliness will help prevent that a lot. Otherwise, if you're going to be in the woods, it's nice to be covered up, wear long sleeves, wear long pants, and just be careful about it.
So if I play in the woods and I'm okay, it doesn't bother me, and I shake your hand and look at that, you have a nice skin on your face.
Right. It is an oil, and if the oil gets on the skin of someone who's sensitive to poison ivy, it'll stick there and they'll have a reaction. So sometimes it'll come from one person's clothing onto another person. But again, just washing is usually very, very helpful for that.
And after the calamine lotion, I mean, after the reaction of calamine lotion?
Yeah, well, once the calamine lotion doesn't do much. Once you get poison ivy,
It's
you
in
need cortisone. You need either cortisone creams to rub on, or you need cortisone pills. If it's really bad, you should see your doctor and get pills right away, because the creams are not going to really help that much.
How long does it take to get rid of?
Once you've got a bad case, it can take a couple of weeks before it really heals up.
Oh, that'll put a damper on your
Oh
summer.
yeah,
huh?
right. But I said if you're careful about washing at the end of the day and scrub it with soap, it'll make a big difference.
Doctor, where can we get more information on what you're talking about today?
Well, you can start at montefiore.org.
Mhm.
Has a lot of information about allergies, and then you can go on the web. You can go to the American Academy of Allergy, the American College of Allergy. They all have extensive websites now. Learn everything you need to know about allergy, more than I know.
Before I go into the woods or camping or hunting or anything, I'm going to come and see you. Doctor, thank you so much.
Stay safe.
All righty. Dr. David Rosenstreich, MD, board certified doctor, allergy, immunology, and internal medicine at Montefiore. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
All right, we'll be right back with Open right here on BronxNet. Carol Burnett, Joseph. Now, that said something different. Carol Burnett, Joseph. They said it different before. She's going to join us, so you don't want to miss this. Stay right there.
Hey, how's it going?
Sir, are you okay?
What? Oh, this? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Go away? But, sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool, really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this. So why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, call 911 immediately. Because time lost is brain lost.
Big dreams and good grades aren't enough to get into college. There are actual steps you need to take. Finding someone who can help is the first and most important. For the next steps, go to knowhowtogo.org.
These things we count on every day started as ideas. Ideas from the minds of African Americans. Support minority education today so we don't miss out on the next big idea tomorrow. The United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Low-fat cheese sandwiches on whole wheat bread. Chewy and good for you. Snacks high in calcium help build strong bones, and foods rich in fiber are good for your heart, so you have the power to dominate. Can your food do that? Run, throw, think, eat better. Find out more at smallstep.gov.
Welcome back, everybody. Our next guest is the president of the Bronx Community College, and she'll tell us the highlights of the 2013 school year and preparing students for the future. Please welcome Dr. Carol Burnett Joseph. We welcome you to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
With all the violence in our community over the summer and everything, are we sharing different things with our students to try to prepare them for how to treat one another and love one another and how to behave and do the right thing?
Well, I think trying to teach them how to behave is really by keeping them busy.
Yeah.
And we have several programs going on where we involve youth on our campus. Right now we have a group that has invaded the New York City subways, and they are testing the air through our environmental studies program and Brookhaven Lab out in Long Island.
Yeah.
About 50 of them are involved in that project.
Wow.
And we have others who are taking classes on campus in various areas. We're really very big in the STEM areas, so we have strong science programs.
Stem cell research and all
STEM,
that?
exactly.
Oh, beautiful.
So our students do a lot of work with the faculty in STEM. We also have a Center for Sustainable Energy, And at that center, we have revitalized it with a new director, new staffing, and new programs. And we're looking forward to really encouraging students. We just finished a Transportation Institute, again, with a group of high school students coming to campus with the help of all of the transportation agencies to expose them to the complexities of transportation.
Wow, you have a lot going on.
A
at the
lot of good
college.
things going
Yeah.
on. Yes.
I used to come down there and do talks for the student government.
Oh, we'd
We
love
were
to
going
have you
downtown.
again.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, we would love that.
Yes.
Now, who are some of the stars at this year's commencement?
Well, we had, of course, all of our students are stars.
Yes.
When they graduate, when they complete, it's really a big celebration. But our valedictorian this year was Melanie Goodwin, who had a 4.0 perfect average, was accepted at least a dozen colleges, finally decided to go to NYU.
Wow.
And we also honored our Assemblywoman, Carmen Arroyo, and gave her the Presidential Medal for all of her service and advocacy. And our speaker herself was Alegria Udes, who is the playwright who wrote In the Heights. And she spoke to the students as our commencement speaker. So commencement is always a beautiful day on campus. It's a great day. The students are all very happy, their families, their friends.
Yeah.
And it's this year we had a record number of graduates, over 1,500.
Oh, wow.
So that was the largest class since I've been there.
And the Honorable Arroyo, she is the Deputy Bronx Borough President, right?
No,
Which
she's
one?
Assemblywoman.
Assemblywoman.
Yes, yes.
Isn't she working
Carmen.
with Ruben Diaz?
No, the one who works with Ruben Diaz is Ms. Green, right?
Miss
Yes.
Green. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm forgetting her
Yeah, I'm
first
thinking
name
of
right
the
now.
lady with the silver hair.
That's Ms. Green.
Miss Green.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was an Assemblywoman. once.
Before.
Yes. Okay.
Right, and she had
got
been replaced by Vanessa. Vanessa
Yes.
Gibson took her
Right,
seat.
right.
Yeah.
So a lot of wonderful people coming your way, and you're doing so many great things at the BBC. And you spoke about a number of the programs. Did I miss anything? Because you were talking about stem cell research and all of those wonderful things.
Yeah, right now I have a group of faculty who will be going over to Australia because we were paired with the Great Cities Project. And so they're going to visit. We had visitors from Australia come to visit us in terms of sustainable energy. Our center has trained people and worked with installing solar panels and all kinds of things in the Bronx. So we've trained a lot of workers for making the Bronx greener.
Yes.
I know that that's one of the priorities of our borough president, and we're really very happy to be able to participate in that.
Yes, yes. There was a Roscoe C. Brown that used to, he ran something down there.
Yes.
He used to call us over every now and then. We spoke to a number of
The
kids.
10K race.
Yes, yes.
And it is now called Run the Bronx.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And of course, Roscoe started it, so 35 years ago. And this year we had a record number of runners as well.
Yeah.
We had people from, I don't know, babies 2, 3 years old to 80.
Wow. Yes.
And it was a record number of runners. Over 1,200 people participated.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful day on campus. And
Dr. Brown ran the New York City Marathon over 12 times, I guess.
Yes, and he ran last year, he walked. This year, unfortunately, he was sick. He couldn't participate.
Yeah, yeah.
But definitely, it's a great tradition to continue at Bronx Community College.
Dr. Roscoe C. Brown, the
Yes.
Tuskegee Airman.
That's right.
Yes.
And we have our Student Activities Center named after him.
Oh, great,
On
great.
campus, yeah.
I got to give him a call, see
Yeah,
what he's up to.
yeah.
Tell us about the lecture series that's on stopping gun violence.
Well,
What's
the
going
lecture
on?
series is something new that I began just this past year, and our first lecture series was on stopping gun violence. And what we try to do is identify themes and topics that are really relevant and important for the community to discuss and come and have a voice. And it was a huge success. In fact, BronxNet came and taped, and we had a wonderful discussion.
Yeah.
Really great speakers. It was moderated by the deputy mayor, who is one of the CUNY trustees, Carol Robles Roman.
Yes.
And it was a very successful one. Right now, we're preparing for the next one, which is going to feature a mayoral debate. So all of the candidates will be participating
great,
this
yeah.
Thursday. So between 6 and 8, our campus will be open to the community. All the lecture series are free and open to the public. and we try to get as many students to participate as possible. But we also have several co-sponsors. Rock the Vote is going to be there. We will be registering people to vote at that event, and the League for Women Voters is also a co-sponsor, along with my colleague, presidents at Ostos Community College and Lehman College. So all three colleges have co-sponsored this event.
Yes, beautiful. What are some of the issues that students are talking about? I mean, you're in there, you're with the students all the time.
Yeah.
What are they talking about? What are they concerned about? What do they want the candidates to know about?
Yeah, they're really concerned about the financial aid issues, you know, the cost of living. They're concerned about jobs. They're concerned about housing. A lot of them, it's interesting, you know, and we start digging in to find out what issues keep our students from being successful in graduating. We found last year that there was one student who was living in the subways for 2 weeks.
Wow.
And so in a program that we have on campus called Single Stop, we were able to help him to get housing and get some benefits and ameliorate that situation. But a lot of the students have challenges with just getting jobs and making ends meet, you know, being able to juggle, because a lot of them are returning students. This year, our youngest graduate was 17, that the oldest one was 67.
Yeah.
But so many of them are adults returning. They have a lot of responsibilities. They have child care issues. We do have a child care center on campus, but not enough seats, because there are always more students who could use that kind of service.
Wow.
Yeah.
Back on gun violence, are there any solutions that some of the students, maybe great ideas that they've come up with to try to stem this or stop or eliminate gun violence?
Well, we
in our
had,
communities?
you know, some community advocates on the panel, and basically I think the message that day was to tell people to get involved, because a lot of times you figure, oh, there's a shooting on your block, but it's not you, it's, you know, somebody you don't know. And the thing is, to really get guns off the street, I think, is the way that we're going to be able to solve this problem. And getting them off the streets mean providing programs and opportunities for young people to be able to do other things. So the kids who are, you know, busy participating in a STEM program or doing the research in the subways are not the ones who are going to be out there.
Pick up a microscope, not a gun.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I believe that too. You have to give somebody, you have to give children or people things to do.
Right.
Other than.
Right.
Because if you don't give them something to do, the guy in the corner may give them something to do. You may not
Exactly.
like it. It may be
Exactly.
negative.
Yeah. And you'll be surprised at how many people right now, because the economy is so bad, don't have jobs. And some of the things we're trying to do is develop jobs that, you know, where there are, train people where there are jobs. So for example, the whole field of sustainability, healthcare in the Bronx. We have an excellent program in healthcare, in nursing, rad tech. And we actually did some short-term training of preparing people for the hospitals and healthcare facilities in, you know, transferring patient records to electronic records. And that was a major project that we were actually funded for. And now we're also participating with RIO, the regional healthcare organization, working with Montefiore and some of the other hospitals, working with the unions. 1199, for example, is one that we have been partnering with. So all of these programs are giving people opportunities for jobs that exist.
BBC is jumping.
We are. We are. Yes, BCC is really on the move.
What do you tell a person that has low self-esteem and says, well, you know what, I'm just meant to be who I'm going to be. Nothing's ever going to happen for me. How do you inspire that person?
Well, the thing is, everybody has a purpose and everybody has a reason for being. And I try to encourage people I, you know, bump into generally to do something for themselves and to be positive. And even if they have not experienced, you know, real success, we find ways to help them experience success. For example, we have some students who come in and who couldn't really even see graduation day. And we have a new program called the First Year Seminar, where part of what we do in the First Year Seminar is talking about self-esteem, building up the concept so that people can feel successful. So I think, you know, you have to be willing to give yourself a chance. Everybody can do it if you put your mind to it, and you kind of share with them stories of people who were less successful. I have a program on campus, for example, called Future Now. It's working with high school students who've dropped out, Some of them have had brushes with the law. They were incarcerated
Second
for
chance students.
second chance. And that program is the best in the state as far as GED completion. 85% of them.
I'm getting the chills.
Yeah, finish.
This is
And they come to Bronx Community College. The completion rate at Bronx Community College is very high. And they go on and transfer to Lehman and to City. We had one graduate last year who ended up working in the mayor's office. So there are possibilities, and when you come to one of those graduations, I want to make sure I invite you to next year's Future
Yes,
Now.
please.
You know,
Yes.
it's so moving, and you feel like you're really going to cry because there's such successes, and it's all kids who might have been in trouble, but who were able to make it, who
Yeah.
were able to turn it around.
And then we got to let the people know that, you know, in order to make something happen in your life, you have to take the first step.
Yes.
God gave you 2 feet, put one foot in front of the other, and step to
Exactly.
what you need to do. If you,
That's right.
And how do they find out if what's right for them? You know, they may have a hobby or think they have a purpose, and it may not be the right How do they find out exactly what they should be doing or what they need to do?
Well, once they come in, we try to connect them to a person. And we make sure that we help them to explore different careers and tell them some things. There are some careers that we don't even know yet
Yes.
that will be coming up. But in terms of technology, health, these things, we know that there are areas where people can get jobs. And we explore with them, you know, what is it that you like to do? You know, did you ever have a friend, for example, whose son, they always wanted him to be a doctor. And he just found out about sustainability and how now he can connect his interest in biology with sustainability, and he's changing careers. So the parents are upset, but the kid is very happy.
But the kid's on
because-
track.
Of course, he's on
But
track.
the parents thought he was on track, but that's
Exactly.
not what he wanted to do.
Exactly. So there are opportunities to meet people, to talk to faculty, and explore different fields of study.
That's wonderful. I'm glad you came. I'm glad you shared all this wonderful information with us. Dr.
Yes.
Carol Barrett, give her a big round of applause, everybody. Dr.
Thank
Carol
you.
Barrett Joseph, President, Bronx Community College. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is there a number or a website that we can?
Yes, our website is www.bcc.cuny.edu.
I love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pleasure.
All right, we got to take a quick break right here, but we'll be back with Dion Polite from AARP. It's open. It's BronxNet. Don't want to miss it. Stay right there.
Okay, great. So I'll get you my card. I definitely want to be in touch.
Yes, yes,
Okay, great.
This is so cool, Dad. Awesome. This is so cool, Dad.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Every year, mothers lose their babies to gun crimes. You'll always be your mother's baby. So before you commit a gun crime, think about who you'll leave behind. Gun crimes hit home.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views.
And welcome back, everybody. Our next guest is the Associate State Director of Multicultural Initiatives for AARP New York. Here to tell us more about the benefits of Social Security and what they are doing to make their voices heard is Dion Polite. We welcome you to the show.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here.
Now, you've been in the business, in the community, with your sleeves rolled up for many years, and you're not that old. You're younger than I am, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's what you think.
But I
Thanks for the
first met
compliment.
you. Yeah, I first met you at ADA.
That's right. That's right. I've actually been in nonprofit for quite a long time. I went to school, and my major was accounting and business administration, and did that for a little while. I was in banking and had an epiphany and got into nonprofit and started with the March of Dimes. I was there for a number of years and then went on to American Diabetes Association.
Yeah.
That's when we became good friends.
Yes, yeah.
You know, and now I'm at AARP.
I know, I was calling you over there. I said, where did she go? And then you popped up at AARP.
That's exactly right. It's 4 years already that I'm at AARP.
See that?
4 years ago, we got a new CEO, Barry Rand. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Yes.
But he's the first African-American CEO at AARP. And he, upon his arrival at AARP, sort of took a look around and didn't feel that the people that were representing the members looked like the members. And so he decided that he needed to create some positions that would properly represent all of the our membership, including those of color. So he created 19 Associate State Director positions. Wow. And I was blessed enough to be able to be assigned to New York State.
Oh, you're always in position to
listen,
get that position.
It's really been an unbelievable, you know, Bob, I love interacting with the community. I love my job. I've always loved just really being able to feed the community information that will help them live better lives.
Yeah.
And I really feel that this position at AARP was customized for me because it allows us to, or me in particular in New York State, to go out and really build relevance, connect, and engage in communities of color. I specialize in, and focus rather on African Americans, Blacks, and Caribbeans. And so I create learning opportunities, cultural opportunities, and just really engagements that will really help our members here in New York State, and in particular members of color, understand why AARP should bring some value.
And you're hands-on. You know, whatever you do it well. You know, you
Thank
say,
you.
I'm going to take it to the top with
That's
this.
That's exactly
right.
I
So
jump in.
Yes. So how did you get involved with AARP?
So I was recruited. I'll tell you a secret, and I don't share it very often. I got a call. And someone said, oh, you know, somebody wants to talk to you at AARP. And I thought to myself, what could AARP have that I
old
want?
organization.
You know what I said? I said that old white organization. I said, as soon as they see me and what I look like, whatever it is that they think they're interested in, they're not going to be interested in. And I walked in, and from the moment I met the first staff person, I fell in love. The first staff person I met was Christine Deska. And then the second person I met is here with me today, Shonda Ball. And I really fell in love. And it got to the point where I was saying to myself, oh goodness, I hope I'm doing and saying the right things. I hope they see that I'm really interested. And it was really a conversation. And at the end of the conversation, I left. And by the time I got back to my home, I had gotten a call saying, hey, do you want to come on board? It's not usually how it happens, but it just really, everything fell into place.
But that's the thing about you, your personality and who you are. No matter who you're talking to, you're going to make a mark.
Oh, my goodness. That's very nice. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. I pride myself on being authentic and really, coming at you just as who I am.
That's right. That's who you are.
And people either get it or they don't. But it's okay if they don't. You know?
Now, we're dealing with a lot with seniors, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about some of the things, some of the biggest problems facing our seniors.
So AARP is a membership organization for people that are 50 and older. And so the issues are those that affect us that are 50 and older. And they, right now, what's really, really on the top of our topic is Social Security and Medicare. And Social Security and Medicare is really important, and not only to our members, but also to their children and their children's children, which is why I'm really glad I'm here today.
Yes.
They are conversations that are taking place in Washington, D.C. With our legislators about making cuts to Social Security. And Social Security is a benefit, and we all know, no matter how old you are, the first job you get, you know, when you get your first paycheck, there's that FICA, F-I-C-A, and you see that they've deducted a certain amount of money. On FICA, you're really not quite sure, but you know it's some government something. Well, FICA, that money goes towards Social Security, exactly. Well, the conversation now in Washington is about making cuts to Social Security supplements so that we can address the budget deficit. And we're saying as an organization, no. This is something that we've paid into. Whether you're 14 with your first job, or 70 and still working, you
Yes.
know, this is ours. You know, it's money that we've paid into, and we want to get to a point where we can reap the benefits of the hard work that we've put in. In particular, in communities of color, Social Security, once we retire, is really something that we depend on.
Yeah.
It helps us pay our bills. It helps us put food on the table, and it really helps us to live the best life possible.
How has Obamacare affected AARP or the health care?
The Affordable Health Care Act?
Yes.
Well, the Affordable Health Care Act comes with a whole lot of changes, but good changes, because, you know, what happens is people who have conditions, were diagnosed previously with conditions, now have coverage.
Right.
Another great thing about the Affordable Health Care Act is that if you have a child, they can get coverage now up until, actually in New York State, 29.
29.
So it's, those sorts of things. I have a child that's 26, and
Yes.
so to think that
Keep
he
him
could
on another 2 years.
keep him on another
few
2 years, keep the brother healthy for a little while, you know. So I think, you know, we see it only as a benefit. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yep.
All right, and you have something coming up that you're getting ready to do, the mayoral candidates forum
have,
at
yeah,
Hunter College,
yeah.
August the 6th.
It's very exciting. This is the first time that we've actually even entered the forum of politics, per se, because we're a nonpartisan organization.
Yeah.
But this year we made the decision to really address the issues that, because there's so many issues that really matter to us and our members and the community at large. So we are entering into the mayoral race. We're doing a forum of mayoral candidates, and it's going to be, as you said, August 6th at Hunter College. And we will have most of the candidates, if not all of the candidates, and we will have the opportunity to really ask them about the issues that in particular address people that are 50 and older. So housing, utilities, jobs, hunger, you know, those are some of the issues, and of course Social Security and Medicare, some of the issues that are, and more recently, the food program, food benefits.
Now, who do you think is going to stand out in that area?
Well, you probably didn't hear me when I said we're a nonpartisan organization.
I gotcha.
So I hope they all stand out, because I really hope that they're sincere.
Pick one.
Yeah. I wish them all luck, because
Yes.
I hope they're sincere in their interest in making a difference. You know? I was actually at a service yesterday, a church yesterday, and one of the mayoral candidates spoke, and I thought to myself, boy, he sounds really good. I just hope the rest of them sound as sincere, and I really hope they follow through. You know, and that's what we want to do. We want to hold our legislators accountable for what they say they're going to do. We just don't want to hear talk. We want to see action to back up that talk, and we want to make sure that it's authentic and real.
Yes.
We also want to make sure that people in general, not only our members, but the community in general, understands that legislators actually work for us. We don't work for them, and so we need to hold them accountable. You know, these days especially, we can no longer be complacent. We really, really, really have to get our voices heard and stand strong, you know, because things will happen.
That's right.
Right in front of us.
That's
and then
right.
we'll say to ourselves,
we
might say more than that. We might say more than what, but.
Well, what happened was...
Exactly.
But the mayoral candidates, they're going to be at this forum at Hunter College, August 6th.
Yes.
Hunter College, August 6th. Put that down. You may want to go and check it out. All right?
Yes, and I want to say one other thing. We've also created voters' guides. And we're going to have these voters' guides in most of the outreach efforts that we do from now until Election Day, where people will be able to come by an AARP booth or table to get information, to look at the guide, and actually know where a particular candidate stands with a particular issue.
Know the issues.
That's right. And you and I know, because we've done it in the past. You know, we've distributed these voters' guides. We've gone over to polling stations and, you know, really talked to the people and just let them know. You know, you got a dog in the fight.
Yeah, you got to know.
That's right.
You got to know. We're going to continue to create that awareness. Now, where can they go to get more information?
So, more than anything else, you can go to our website. It's www.aarp.org. and you will be able to, you just type in the search engine, whatever it is that you want to know, and you'll be able to get information.
There you
that
go.
way.
Dion Polite, give her a big round of applause, everybody. Associate State Director, Multicultural Initiatives at AARP New York. Thank you so much, Madonna. It's always a pleasure to see you. And always come back and just create
You give me an
that
invitation,
awareness.
I'm going to, although this was like a maze, but
It's open. You got the open. We're called open.
it's a
The
beautiful
open
thing.
invitation.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. And we'll be right back with more right after this.
Megan, you're a tramp. Ryan Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? That zit is huge. Zit face. Ugly.
My name's Brandon. I'm 9 years old, being alcoholic.
Hi, Brandon.
I'll start drinking with the older kids. And whatever they do, I'll do.
Kids who drink before age 15 are 5 times more likely to have alcohol problems when they're adults. So start talking before they start drinking.
I know I'll start with alcohol. I'm just not sure how it's gonna end.
Oh, I had to take my jacket off. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Open. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee. I took my jacket off because we're getting ready to work out. I'm going to try to do the best I can. You know, I'm going to go slow because that's the way you should do if you're just starting out. Our next guest is a fitness expert, and she's going to be telling us more on living healthy lives and all those things like that. Okay, so please welcome Madonna Grimes. She's in the house, and she's an award-winning workout person. We'll tell you more. Welcome you to the show. We welcome you. Welcome you. Now, tell us about this NAACP Best Choreographer for Theater Award. How did you get that?
I choreograph musicals.
Uh-huh.
I live in Los Angeles.
Oh.
I live in Los Angeles, and
Uh-huh.
I choreographed quite a few musicals, and I was nominated quite a few times. In 2009, I won.
Oh, well,
For
everybody
body
here,
language,
give her a
yeah.
big round of applause. And we keep it going. We keep it going. Tell us about the balancing fitness, art, and entertainment.
Well, that's what I've always done. I lived in New York here for 11 years. I went to NYU. I received my master's in dance
look at
from
you.
Tisch School of Arts. I went
Oh,
to
yes.
Ohio State.
Yes.
Ohio State for my bachelor's. Cheerleader, go Bucks. For Ohio
Oh, you
State.
all over the 5 boroughs, all over the states,
Yes,
all over the country.
When I moved here,
Uh-huh.
I auditioned. I did a couple Broadway shows. Broadway shows took me to Los Angeles. And in the meantime, while I wasn't doing a show, I would teach classes. I
Mhm.
would teach jazz, hip hop, Latino, fitness, and
People who are not into dance, when you say you teach hip hop, they're going to think that, you know, they can come and get a rap class going on with you. But
no,
it's all
hip
dance,
hop dance,
yes.
hip hop dance,
Mhm.
yes. And you know, my classes became very popular on the side. I had a side career, a career in which I auditioned and performed, act dancing,
Yeah.
and then this other career I was teaching.
Uh-huh.
And this side career became powerful.
Bigger than the other one,
Right,
yes.
exactly. So by the time I moved to Los Angeles, actually I was living in LA and in New York. I kept my apartment here and I moved to LA. I got an agent in LA and I opened up a dance studio, a dance fitness studio
Mhm.
in West Hollywood, Madonna Grimes Dance Fitness Theater Company, and
Yeah.
that exploded.
Wow. So you're bi-coastal, you're going back and forth still?
No, not anymore. Of course, I've been in LA for about 15 years.
Mhm.
Thinking about coming back to New York, that's why I'm here.
Well, what's the difference between the people in LA and the people here?
You know, people say that all the time because for a minute my friend said to me, "Are you a LA person now?" Because I always thought of you as a New Yorker, right? And I said, I don't know because I
Uh-huh.
come back and forth so much. And most people who are in the industry of entertainment, you know, arts, and even fitness, they go back and forth. So they're the same.
Yeah.
The people who teach and work and audition in LA, they've lived in New York or vice versa. So they're the same.
So nobody acts different. You
No.
always say, oh, they act different in LA.
Yeah, I know. They always say that. They
Yeah.
say that same way in LA about New Yorkers.
They do. I guess everybody's talking about everybody else, and that's
Yes,
probably
I
a
mean,
good thing.
yeah.
What attracted you to fitness?
You know, I always was attracted to being healthy. Attracted to being healthy, to staying in shape, because we needed to stay in shape to audition as a dancer, you know, to audition to appear. But I had an injury to my knee when I was in my senior year at Ohio State. My partner dropped me.
Oh, no.
From cheerleading, and that opened the door to fitness for me.
Yeah.
You know, then I had to get rehab. I had to learn how to train with weights with my leg.
Build up the muscle around the knee.
Exactly. All the icing and jacuzzi, and so that was my first education into fitness. And that opened the door, and then I discovered aerobics. I discovered that side. And at the same time, I was still majoring in dance. I was still auditioning. So it just opened the door.
And it's a good thing to learn how to do all those things necessary to prepare yourself for a major activity or sports.
Well, look, prepare yourself for anything in life.
Prepare yourself for life.
For life, because
Yeah.
anything can happen to you. I mean, I had a big scare this year that happened to me. I found out I had a cancerous tumor.
Oh, no.
This year. And I went into chemo and radiation for 3 months. And I'm 2 months out.
There you go. All right.
And
you look good.
Thank God I know a lot about health and fitness and eating right, juicing, you know, herbs. I went to my herbal doctor, and I'm back. I'm back teaching. I'm back being me.
Yeah.
So.
And it must weigh on you upon finding out that you have an ailment like that, a tumor in the body or cancer here or there.
I mean, you know, it's been an education too. I mean, you know, people couldn't believe it because I've always been so fit, but it's hereditary.
Yeah.
What I received was hereditary, and I knew nothing about that. But, you know, again, like I said, it opened doors to that side,
Yeah.
you know, of fitness.
Well, how can people begin to, if they haven't been, begin to live healthy lives? You start off by eating, because you got to exercise your mind, body, and spirit.
You know,
in
bottom
preparation
line,
for
you
life.
have to move more than what you eat. And you have to think of it like that. You know, what did I eat today? Did I move more than what I ate?
Yeah.
You know, and some people, they just don't do that. I mean, you have to start off from the bottom levels. Like, okay, I have to move every single day.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter the age. I think at any age, you can come back and get better.
And you have to put fuel in your tank so your car can run throughout the day. If you're taking a road
you know,
trip,
people will take
you gas
pills.
up.
Exactly. They will
But you
take
can't
pills.
gas up and go to bed.
Exactly. They will take pills before they eat. You know, and most important, eating.
What kind of pills? Your vitamins or?
Yeah, they will take their medication from their doctors,
Got it.
their high blood pressure pill, their diabetic, you know, medication. They'll take pills before they have their meal. You know, and most importantly, you can heal yourself through eating correctly.
Yeah.
But
Because
you
all the
just have
foods
to
have all
believe
the vitamins in it that we
Exactly.
need.
Exactly. Our
You just have to
bodies
know what
is
to eat.
made to heal ourselves.
So you work with a lot of stars. You get them in shape and you get them ready for maybe going on TV or sports.
Yes.
Who are some of those people?
I've worked with J-Lo. I've worked with Tatiana Ali.
Get out of here.
You know her?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did a play with us, and then I worked with her afterwards.
Yeah.
I worked with Denise Williams, you know, somebody a little bit older, you know. When I've come here, I've trained Denzel Washington.
Denise Williams, a singer?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she's in Los Angeles.
It didn't take a miracle, did it?
She's incredible, though. Her
Yeah.
voice is still exactly the same.
Beautiful.
No, she's an incredible person.
Yes. All right. So you know what? I'm going to bring in a few people. Maybe just me, you, and one other person. Maybe you can show us a few workouts when we get started.
Okay.
But let's stand up right now.
Okay. Let's go.
And you show us what to do. And in the meantime, in the meantime, we'll take a break and we'll come
Okay.
back. But we off camera. Just show me what to do before we come back.
Just
we'll take a
holding
break.
your
We'll come right
stomach.
back. Hold us
Holding in that bottom part.
like this.
Yes. Now hold tight. Now squeeze.
Tight.
Squeeze.
Oh,
Squeeze.
yeah.
Squeeze. 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 You feel it?
All right. Yeah, I feel it. We'll be right back.
How's it going?
You guys are...
Sir, are you okay?
What? Oh, this? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Go away? But, sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool. Really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this. So why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, call 911 immediately. Because time lost is brain lost.
She has muscles. she has muscles. She has muscles. Mine, I have a 4-pack. Welcome back, everybody. We got a lot to talk about. I mean, with me, I got some work to do. Look, I can grab a little bit.
That's new.
You guys
isn't
are
it?
the gravity.
Is that new or is that old? It depends on how long it's been there.
Not too long.
Yeah.
It comes and goes, you know. So we're going to do some things to try to eliminate this area here,
Yes.
or some of this area?
Yes. First, let's do a back stretch because,
Okay.
you know, you told me that you had a few back issues. Yes.
I did. I carry heavy sound systems, and then I was lifting my mother out of a wheelchair and into a car, and you're in an awkward position when you're trying to put some weight into a car.
Okay. Okay. And this is Neilani. She's going to help us here, demonstrate. You guys stand with your feet apart. Come right here, Neilani. Right here. Yes. And open your feet apart and bend your knees just like so. Okay.
knees like
Put
so.
your hands here. Okay. I want you to think about sucking up your stomach. Sucking up your stomach and blowing the air out. Yes. Again, go suck up and blow the air out. Now keep your legs bent. Now you're straightening your legs. Don't straighten your legs. Keep your legs bent. Yes. Okay. Suck up. And down. There you go. You feel that? Up and down. Come on. Up and down. Come on. Up and down. This time stay up and hold. Good. Now drop your right shoulder over. Good. Do you feel that?
Ah, yeah.
Go to the other side. Yes.
See, it's really working. Look, it's going
And
up.
roll it up. Okay, shake it out. Okay, let's do some abs. Now, you can do standing abs. Say, for instance, you don't have like a floor you can go to. The floor is dirty.
Okay.
And you want to get
Oh, this
some
one is
abs.
clean here, though.
Yes, this one is
This one's
clean.
clean,
Just,
yeah.
just say, for instance, okay? You guys put your hands here. Again, I want you to bend your knees like this. Take your hips forward. Look, my hips are tucked under, just like that. Tuck them under and leave them there. Don't move them.
Leave them here like that.
Don't move them, you guys, and crunch in. Come on, 8. Don't come out, just stay in. Come on, stay in, good, stay in. 8 more, come on. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now stay in, cross over. It's good, cross over, good, cross over. 8 more, come on. 8, 7, yes. 6, your abs should be hard. 5, come on.
It's hard.
4, yes.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, shake it out. Yes, you ready?
Did you feel it? It was hard.
Yes, it was
It
hard.
was-
Would you feel those abs, yes? You know I teach dance.
You do?
Yes, so hips.
You're not going to have us do any dance
hips,
steps.
hips, come on, hips.
Oh,
Come on,
no, this
hips,
is the part where I take a
hips,
break
hips,
over here and
hips.
watch this. Okay. Yeah,
I'm
what do we do?
joking. Here we go. One more set of abs, you guys. Now go all the way to the side and bounce.
Am I going the right way?
Yes. Okay. Yes. 8 more. Here we go. Now 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Go to the other side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now side to side. 8. Come on. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. Good job.
Oh,
Good
man.
job. How'd that feel?
Beautiful.
That's your morning
Are
workout.
you breathing hard?
Yes.
They took my chair, my script, and everything. All right. Thank you so much. Okay,
You're
where can we
welcome.
get more information on you?
You know, I have a magazine that's online. It's called BeBlackBeFit.com, and you get all the information there.
How do you feel? You're jumping up and down? She's going to continue this in the back. We're going to continue this?
Yes, we can
All right.
continue.
Give Madonna Grimes a big round of applause, everybody. Fitness guru in the house. Lift up just a little bit. That's all for our show. Thank you very much. And thank you, our viewer, for tuning in. and watching. And don't forget to tune into an all-new Open with Darren Jaime. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice and let your choice control the chooser. Let's work out some more. I'll catch you later from all of us here at BronxNet. I love you. Peace.